Good morning everybody, how are you doing today beautiful? My name is Josepha and in today's video we're going to be taking on the intersecting wheels for Iroha, and we're also going to throw some tickets at her banner because while I'm not super excited for Iroha's FR, I know a lot of people are, and it would be nice to have it. If I get it, then great, but obviously we're still kind of pulling for Lunafreya's BT. I also don't have 7's LD. Not that I'm particularly fussed by 7's LD, but I don't have it, so it's there to be taken if the game decides to want to give it to me. Before I get started, of course, I do always shout out one of my patrons over on Patreon to say my thank yous to everyone that comes along and supports this channel, and it's very much appreciated. And today that person is going to be Louis the Bard, who has Vivi as their title card. And if you're interested in getting a title card of your own, then perhaps consider supporting the channel by using the links in the description box below. So, let's go ahead and see how the banner goes. Let's see how we do. So is 7 finally usable? Usable? Yes. Good? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But then, to be honest, like, the game's in a really weird place right now where it's, like, you have to actively try to not make the game harder for yourself. It's weird. It's like the game's just a little bit too easy at the moment, I find. And has, to be honest, I think it has been for quite a long time. But that's for me, and I know other people don't necessarily feel the same way. So, I totally get that. But I definitely feel like there's something missing for me with this game at the moment. And so I'm kind of looking forward to other... Oh, hello. Well, that's sorted at least, I guess. Well, that's that done then, I guess. I guess we're not going to be getting Lunafreya BT on this banner, which is fine. Like, I mean, we take the wins where we get them, I suppose. Like, it's not a weapon I was particularly looking for. But hey, it's there. We take it. Anyways, thank you ever so much for joining me for this part of the video. And I'm sure I will discuss, like, my feelings on the game a bit more when we go into the Shinryu. So if you want to stick around and chat about that, then yeah, stick around and you can see that in the next part of the video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in just a bit. Bye now. Welcome back. We're just going to do the Intersecting Wills mission, and I've been enjoying Cloud of Darkness a lot lately, and now that we don't have the ticket missions up, I think it'd be nice just to kind of make things a bit easy for myself here, even though I've been talking about the game making itself too easy. When you're not in like the best headspace, sometimes it is nice to do these kinds of things. I think that my issue isn't necessarily that the game is too easy. I think for me, it's the lack of content that's becoming really apparent, and the fact that, like, with an Intersecting Wills, when that comes up, if you're a veteran player like me, you've maybe got an hour of gameplay out of an event before you put the game down, and then you move on for the next however long before the next one comes out. It's weird. It is weird. I do already miss the fat stack of tickets. Well, a lot of people weren't very happy about it because it encouraged people to buy like Premium Mog Pass and stuff. I haven't actually bought Premium Mog Pass in a little while, to be honest. And Aerial Drive. And, you know, I do think that if I wanted to make this particular event difficult, I had to really push myself out of the way of a good 15, 16 characters. At which point then it's like, well, now you're taking characters for the sake of not playing the game your way. And I think, I don't know, I feel like this game is putting me in a weird dichotomy situation, and I don't know if I'm particularly happy about it. It's like either you break the game or you struggle. It's weird. Although I also understand that I'm in the minority for that, so I certainly don't want to take away from anybody else's enjoyment. But I've had a lot of comments, particularly about Dare to Defy, because I think that a lot of people are really unhappy about... honestly, like, what I've been seeing, it's a lot of commentary about the community and how people are, like, tearing each other down. And that makes me really sad. Like, I've always distanced myself from any of this stuff for a reason, because I do feel that sometimes things get very out of hand, and that makes me sad. But I want to kind of re-vocalize the fact that it's something that I don't condone, and I think that everybody's opinions are valid. Like, whether you like these things or not, I don't think that it's fair to tear anybody else down for their opinions or say that they're either elitist or bad at the game. Either way, it's something that I just don't agree with. I think that people should be able to feel however they feel, and that's that. But hey, you know, we'll see how we go. But yeah, I do think that we're in a bit of a strange place with the game at the moment, and I guess I'm looking for something fresh to come about. And I have been playing Pokemon Masters, right? And I've been really enjoying myself playing that. And obviously, that game is going to have its time where it's like, okay, I've done everything now. But also, I think that their renewable content is really good. Like, they have a similar thing to what we have with Crevasse, except it's a weekly thing, and therefore, like, that's really good. So I enjoy that. I also think that it's good that they have, like, this thing called the Legendary Gauntlet, which is similar to, like, Dare to Defy, but it's a separate event that you can go through as many times as you want, using as many different characters you want. So lockout content in this game, I think, is done a bit weird. And I'm just going to high-speed particle beam again, because that's what you do with Cloud of Darkness. I say that Cloud of Darkness is more interactive than other characters. Maybe, maybe not. So I'm going to energy heal. Like the all-out battle in Dragon Quest Tactics. I've not played Dragon Quest Tactics, but I think that having a thing, if you want to flex your character roster, I think there are ways of doing that. I just think that, like, you know, if we had something like that where you could, like, repeat an event over and over and over and over again, that's itself unique and built for that purpose, so that you can go, I've beaten this with 18 characters, so 6 parties. I've beaten this with only 3 characters, but I got the rewards for it, and that's enough for me. I think that's really good, because I think that it encourages people to want to play the game more, and that's great. So I just think that that might be a good way to go about it. And then I'm going to use... I'm going to Awakening again. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Heavy Prayer onto Cloud of Darkness because I can. And then I'm going to use Diamond Dust because I want to make sure that... oh, that's a point. Yeah, so Diamond Dust here because I need to get Kane in. I have no prior experience of Pokemon Masters, so I don't know whether people, like, really didn't like it to begin with or not. I've had a good time with it so far. I'm enjoying it. I wouldn't, like, people, when I spoke about it on stream, people were like, oh, are you going to make content on it? I'm like, no, because I kind of wanted to just play it for me. Right, well, let's bring in Kane. Get the slaps in. Rising Drive. Yeah, I don't think the difficulty is the issue for me. I think it's the lack of reason to have all of these characters. Like, yeah, Lunafray is busted. Kane is busted. Camlanaut is busted. Tidus is busted. Terra can be busted. There's all of these busted characters and not really many places to put them. Apart from, like... Because this game encourages you to pull so frequently, and yet doesn't give you a reason to. It's weird. It's really hard to explain. But I think that, like, a renewable source of content would be good. I am actually going to... I don't know. What am I going to do here? I think I'm just going to use Call for Ferocity and then... I think Dare to Defy was a good idea executed poorly. And I don't even think it was that poor for me personally. I just think that, you know, if it's such a divisive topic, you have to question why. And the fact that it's caused this massive uproar amongst people makes me, like, I don't know how I feel about that in general. Like, I have always been very insular as a creator, and I like stick with my community, and I'm quite happy to be that person. But also, I do think that it would be nice if these discussions could be had civilly. But I think it's all a case of vocal minority, isn't it, really? So, insulating appendages. This is the thing. The rewards were fine for me. Because for me, the reward is the game itself. And I think that a lot of people want the game to give you things. And it's like, to me, maybe it's because I'm a bit old school, but to me, the game is the reward. Like, what I want is more game. I don't want the game to give me stuff to make the lack of game easier. I want more game. Does that make sense, or am I being weird? Insulating appendages. Oh no, BT. Shit, I forgot to BT. That's fine, I'll just make sure I have quick prayer on. And then Kayn can go up into the sky and do his bit. I'm not going to be using his FR, funnily enough. Probably should have used a heavy prayer on him as well. Didn't. Never mind. And, I mean, you can Awakening, can't you? Or I could just do weak damage all and then give that to Cloud of Darkness then, and then that'll work. Yeah, this ought to work. So, quick prayer. Although I am going to run out of the Leo call, because I'm not with it today at all. Apparently. It's fine. I'm just not here today. Put your EX up? You do. Use that. That's fine. Yeah, the Chaos Hunts do feel a little something, don't they? They don't feel... They're just kind of... They're no different from a regular hunt at this point, are they? Right, so now I need to use BT, FR, and then start delaying. Wait, yes. Yeah, BT. So we can have that up and ready. I love the fact that Ludifreya just lets you just go, I don't have an instant turn BT or FR. I don't really care. Did I ever play FFRK and experience the fun of Magicites? I did, and I loved it. Because it was hard content that was permanent. I stopped with Record Keeper once the Labyrinth came out, so about a year or so before... No, about 9 months before they declared it as end of service. We'll have that now, thank you very much. And then we also want to get... so we get an additional attack there from that. That's great. We get extra 5%. I'm actually going to use Seymour Call now because that's a great thing for Cloud of Darkness to use in general. Yeah, if you could just do that for me, please, my darling. Hearing Record Keeper makes me miss Mobius. I never got into Mobius. I tried to get into Mobius, and I just found it really overcomplicated for no reason. And then I could... I mean, I don't really want a zero form right away. I mean, I could, because then I still get 6 turns out of it from that. But I don't have a delay call on that, so I think what I'm going to do here is... I mean, I could, couldn't I? Or I could just use... I could use High-Speed Particle Beam, and then I could just go off, couldn't I? Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I know a lot of people that do miss that game. And I do feel for people who really loved it. And then I should get an extra turn. And then I can BT. Because then I still have the 6 turns of Cloud of Darkness' BT already there. And then I can literally just go off. 0-4 Particle Beam, go! And then we get all the launch damage. For me, Mobius required too much data in a really stable connection. I just thought the game was boring, to be honest. Again, like, I want the game... I come to these games because of the game first. And that's always been my tea when it comes to this stuff. I want a game. I don't I felt that, like, also I felt Mobius was, like, lent too heavily on automatic battling. And I think a lot of gacha games do that. And this game doesn't, and I love that. But I do feel like this game definitely has, and I think a lot of gacha games have, like, one event that you clear quickly and then you're done. I think that comes with a lifespan of these games, though. And Cloud of Darkness is getting absolutely chonked here. See, I do not play mobile games for their story. To be honest with you, I appreciate games being games first. Which I think is slightly strange for a lot of people. Certainly as a Final Fantasy fan, I think a lot of people consider that weird. Yeah, no, some of the Sid 7, the FF7 Sid strategies I've seen online have been really cool, though. I will say that. Like, if you like big numbers, go and check that out. I know Destroth has a video for it, and I'm sure I've seen at least one or two others. Right, and then we'll just build that back up again with this. So that I have it for the next turn. Because I'm still going to have the FR up by the time this is finished. %500% with 4 turns to go. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. And I'm actually going to direct the FR the other side. Just because I want to actually make sure they both fall down. But they're not going to get a turn. And they're certainly not going to get their force time off. Absolutely not. Because I'm going to... If I have to, I'll summon and then I'll make Lunafreya do it. Do I read the story of the chapters after my stream? Honestly, no. Again, I don't play this game for its story. I know some people do, but to me it's a fan servicey story, and I like some level of fan service, but I think I stopped reading the story for this game probably not long after I started streaming it, which is about 3 years ago? No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I've been streaming this game for 2 years. 2.5 years. So about then. And then that's going to give me one last big attack. And then the Lancet will do extra turn from break. Yeah. And then I'm just going to zero form Particle Beam again for that last big one. And that's the Ahriman taken out, I believe. Yeah, that's the Ahriman down. Lovely. And then and then Kain should do... Between Kain and Cloud of Darkness, they might just kill her outright. There we go. And we're done with that. The next event I'm a little bit more excited for than this one. Like, I actually really enjoy Sabin, and I think he's really fun. So I'm actually I'm a bit more enticed by that particular event. I have to say, though, I have been enjoying Cloud of Darkness, and while I think Lunafreya is probably a bit too good for her own good, she is very fun to experiment with and allows you a lot of scope for various things that you might want to play around with. So in terms of the video and everything, that's going to be all for today. Thank you ever so much for joining me, and stay tuned for any further content updates as we get them. We've got Sabin coming up on Thursday, I believe, so the next video shouldn't be too long. And yeah, I do think I'm in a bit of a weird place with this game right now. I certainly don't dislike it, but there are a lot of things that I would like to do, or I would like this game to do to make me want to keep coming back to it, as opposed to new event, cleared, one and done, off you go. Like, I'm not saying I want like a full grind fest like War of the Visions or something like that, but it would be nice just to have a little something extra to do. Anyways, that's going to be it from me. Thank you ever so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Have a lovely day, everyone. Bye now.